How's it going? It's me, if not. Today we're gonna be filming a Double Teams episode. So then, this is going to be epic, so make sure you stick all the way till the end. This is going to be extremely epic. So make sure to stay tuned. So that's why we have to take a lot of turns. Double team is not that easy, okay? take the pink one. I will go for that full laser one. For full laser mode. I'm gonna go for full laser mode. Back. Over and out. So, I'm going to take these two failed ones to last, because I have to do those. And, you know what? I'm going to choose. Should I do this one or this one? We're going to save this one as a little easier. This one probably is 5 waves, looking at 5350. But technically, this one is 100%, but it's 9 waves. So we're gonna go up a little bit, and we're gonna start with a little sick decider like that. So, without further ado, let's get into the very first wave. We have to wait for our co-host to join. He's probably our second co-host, Adam Kurd, because as you guys know, he's been filming with me for the past 3 episodes. So he is our second co-host, so that's why we're gonna ask him to come. We're gonna wait for him, and then, as said, we're gonna split between our jobs. He's gonna host the final 2 missions, as we have basically decided. So I'm gonna let him wait. I'll wait. As you can see, this guy has probably partially flu, and he's gonna come straight into my lobby. Yeah, there we go. As said. Okay, viewers, are you ready for this? Let's go for it. Let's go now. Here we go. we've done so far. So, as I already told you, and the missions get harder and harder every single time. Now that I have enough keys, come with me to my shop. Now this is the shop where I can buy all the special weapons. So here's the deal. We're gonna buy, you said that we need to use special weapons, right? Yes. So basically here's the deal. We need these two main weapons, the damage amplifier and this. So if you buy both of these, buy a 90, like you can say, buy 10 of those. The main reason you need to buy 10 is because in the double teams, you need to use 2 of this per wave. You need to use 2 double damage for phase outs, and in the damage amplifiers, use 1 damage amplifier per wave to kill one of the bosses, and then the rest bosses is easy. So here's the deal. You need to buy at least 18 these and 20 of these. 27 and a little bit more. 54 damage amplifiers. Done. Now you go back to your mission. Like in this case, so you're a shop girl. Now you go in and you apply, let's just say you need to apply 20. Yeah, you need to apply 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 2 per wave. 2 per wave means 20, so that's 18. And like you can say that's 18, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And that is 21. Then you just need a little bit of 20, like you can say, like you need damage amplifiers this much, and then you just start the mission. But just because we have used a little bit too much of damage amplifiers, you need to get back to your mission config and use this. Yeah, you need at least 9 for the main concept. Okay, on to this mission. As said, we need 21 damage amplifiers and 6 of those damage amplifiers. I don't know why I chose 6, but 6 is must. You need at least 6 of these. Okay, here we go. So, mission is now won. Basically, that's the strategy that you have to use in every zone. Alright guys, that was the most toughest double team I've ever gone through. Look at my mission config. I need extra of these. So, mission number next is this, Trouble Citron. Warning, this might be a little bit hard, but hard is the best strategy. So again, so we're just gonna wait, and as you probably heard by the noise, it was Super Chick and Iron Chef. So we have to team up and defeat them. Now from here, we're gonna go over to Goku, and he's gonna host some of this. Viewers, now we're gonna go to Goku Black. He's gonna host lobbies, and now we're basically just gonna go into multiplayer mode, and he's gonna host lobbies. So I'm gonna tell him you host double team now. He's gonna host double team now. Alright, friends. So as you guys probably saw, now going in the mission config, I'm out of, like you can say, dimensional phase outs, by the way. But don't worry, not to you can say not to panic, because we'll buy extra lives, and simple, we're gonna go and buy more. Yes, we're gonna go and buy, like you can say, dimensional phase outs, yes, and 50. And that should be enough, because now we're just gonna add in the amplifier and a little bit of dimensional phase outs. Really, the main key here is that you basically need these two components. Viewers, listen, you need these two components. Without them, double teams are impossible for you. Now it is time for Adam Kerr to host the lobby. Now for him to host the second last mission. Okay, well, let's go. Okay, so guys, now it's on to, you can say, now it's basically on to Adam Kurd. He's gonna host lobbies, and then it will be the final mission. The final mission is going to come by me. I'll host the final mission, and then in that mission we'll do an outro. So first of all, let's basically, wait, I'll actually ask Goku to host the final mission. Okay, here we go. So basically, we're going into Adam Kerr's lobby. Same mission, not same mission, same equipments. Here we go. 235 keys. Give me that much. Okay, Adam Kerr, I'm coming, baby. So again, the same tactic needs to be used, but except that we would obviously would have, like you can say, okay. So here's the deal. The deal is I use all my equipment, and then we're gonna host the second last. So I'm gonna ask him. Adam is going to host 2. You'll also host next. Okay, so as we can see, right now, Adam Kurd is gonna host 2 lobbies. 2 double teams, he only has 2. So we're gonna host 2 lobbies, and 2 lobbies are gonna be double teams. So after he hosts those double teams, Goku Black is gonna host the final one. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna begin. Again, the same tactic was going to be used. Oh no, we timed out, damn it. Yeah, we actually timed out. Don't worry, here's the deal. We accidentally timed out, so that means we'll go all the way back to the beginning. But don't worry. It was basically just an accident. We misjudged it, and it just timed out all of a sudden. But look, I'm licensed. Okay, it actually got timed out, so the server timed out due to some odd reasons. I do not know why, but yeah, the server timed out due to odd reasons. Server timed out. My lord, the ping is going to 25k. My lord, look at the ping. Oh no, I'm lagging again. Okay, same tactic. I got 87 keys, by the way. Yeah, I actually got 87 keys. Great. Let's go to Harry Smith now. He is going to host the second last mission. Okay, let's go to Harry Smith. Okay, let's go. This is gonna be a second last mission. Here we go. Now listen up, people. Last mission. Last mission of the episode. Last mission of the episode. We're gonna finish this episode and then we're gonna see how well it went, by the way. Anyways, let's finish it. Last mission, and then basically we're gonna end it up. Okay, listen. We have to leave and finish up. Oh no, my damage amplifiers. No worries, I'll buy more. Because right now, how many damage? Oh, whoa. Don't worry, we got this. I think that's enough, yeah. Awesome. Got enough? Hold up. I don't think that's enough. Our dimensional phase outs are not that much. So I'm gonna sell 9. And we're gonna buy like 32 dimensional phase outs. Are pretty nice. Okay, let me think of a good one. We've done these, which means that we have to either do this or we can do this. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. Webbed, actually no. Let's do a very hard one. This one. Yeah, this one. There we go. Let's put our extra life. And put our dimensional phase outs. And damage amplifiers. Okay, let me just go through the final double team. Okay, if I really want, we can basically go for go for second last. We're basically going for go for second last mission. This is the second last, by the way. Wait. साफ ही है, सारी साफ ही है, बस कुछ नहीं है इसके ऊपर, मैं बस ये ख़त्म कर रहा हूँ, कुछ भी नहीं है इसके ऊपर। friends, is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. So that, my friends, was the end of a wonderful video and fun video. If you guys liked it, please consider subscribing to my channel. This episode was a special one for you viewers, and if you want another episode, like the video. Adam Kurd and Goku were the co-hosts. Goku and the party here are my co-hosts. If you like them and want them in another episode, comment more and I'll continue making videos with my friends, with my friends. Please, until next time, this is your boy, Offline, and the co-host signing out. Now it's on to you. Anyways, guys, if you really want to have content like this, please consider subscribing. I really want 50 subscribers so I can live stream. Please, guys, if you like the video, please comment more and we'll continue streaming with my friends. And if you want me to go live, please subscribe. Okay, anyways, guys, this was basically just the episode 4 that we started. Anyways, until next time, guys. Okay, anyways, guys, so basically that is going to be the main part. Our next episode is going to be basically space race and Ironman competition, and these guys are going to be part of my Ironman competition. If you want them to be in my video, start from it. Go for it. Like, go whenever you want, just go for it. Anyways, so as I said, that episode 4 is going to be this was episode 4, double team. So episode 5 is going to be Anyways, see you next time. See you, my viewers. See you in another episode. Yeah, we will see you all in another Sunday or Monday or any other day when I start streaming. Until next time, this is your host, Afnan Ahmed, and this YouTube channel. See you later.